I finally understand the phrase, when you know, you know. Reddit user, u/minimum_peak9955. Original post, February 4th, 2021. I, 24F, really just want to gush my heart out and tell y'all my story, but it's very, very long because it's just so full of amazing moments. My two best friends recently just got into relationships in Jan through the first or second people they met on dating sites, and I was just like, how? I've met so many people, and they've all just either been nice or awful for me. I had just about given up. I had a few people I was talking to. One was incredibly funny and friendly, but he seemed more like a buddy than a potential partner, and the other was a dude from the army who was nice and all but just not my type. Anyway, to cut the long story short, my monstrous satanic nephew came to stay with me for the weekend to learn English, and I had to keep him busy and occupied, so I asked the guy who I thought of as a buddy if he wanted to hang and give me company while I babysat that little shit. Think Dennis the Menace, but worse. Mind you, I had never met this dude before. We met for pizza, and that kid didn't miss a chance to embarrass me, or that guy all night, and this guy just took it all like a champ. My nephew absolutely loved him. After pizza, we went bowling together, and to the arcade, and the night was turning out to be just so perfect that I, a very shy girl who never ever makes the first move, just kissed that dude out of nowhere. I didn't even think about it, I just automatically did it. He seemed happy though. After that, I took that guy home with me and my nephew to play board games. And he met my mom too on the first date. I never ever bring boys home, especially not at 1 in the morning. He stayed on and played games with my nephew and I until the kid was fast asleep, and we finally got to talk alone. He went home at 6 a.m. that night. We've met every day since. He hung out with my nephew and I all weekend on purpose. I gave him so many chances to just leave, and he said, "No, I want to hang with you and your nephew if you don't mind," which I just couldn't understand why. But I think he just liked me. Our first date was over 12 hours long. And on the first date itself, he said to me that kissing you just feels so right. And I couldn't agree more. Everything just gets so right. I felt so comfortable with him, and I finally felt like I met someone who I could be 100% myself around. And I also felt that I'd known him my whole life. I gave him the password of my phone and allowed him to get stuff out of my bag by the second date. I met his dad, doggo, and best friend since my nephew left, and we've just been gushing over each other over this past whirlwind week that feels like a bad rom-com. I'm just sitting on cloud 9 right now, and I'm happy, and that's all I feel like. I just know that this one will go well. Cross fingers, medium skin tone. Update 1, February 1st, 2022. Just felt so loved. So I don't think my relationship would qualify as long right now because it's only been a year, and I'd actually just come onto this page to share a very sweet anecdote about how my F with ADHD boyfriend, M/neurotypical, has been looking after me lately. So basically, when I was a kid, my hyperactive self was jumping in the tub and I slipped and fell and broke my front tooth. It never grew back out properly. Then, due to my long undiagnosed ADHD, I had a lot of trouble with self-hygiene, and my oral care just got worse and worse. Anyway, I finally went to a dentist and got all my work done, and I had to get an implant in my front tooth that never grew back properly. Now he knows all this, and I was out with him on a date recently, and I bit into something hard, and immediately I heard a crack and knew my front tooth crown. This was the temp crown before the permanent one was fitted, snapped. I started panicking because we were in the middle of a restaurant, and I was now toothless, and I couldn't eat like that in public. I mean, come on. So I panicked a little and wore my mask. He told me to call my dentist while he got the food packed and paid the bill. I had to be at the dentist in an hour, which he drove me to. Sat while I got it fixed, making jokes about how he's going to be brushing my dentures for me when we grow old together. And then he took me home. I was starving because I hadn't eaten anything all day, and I was cranky, so he ordered me a pizza. My tooth had been fixed a few hours ago, so it was set, but the minute I took my first bite into that pizza, I heard another crack and it broke again. Luckily, we were at home this time, and it didn't fall off or anything, it just cracked, and I knew if I put any more pressure on that tooth, it would break into pieces. So I put the pizza down and I burst into tears. I was hungry, and I wasn't being able to eat. He felt so bad for me, and he kept insisting I just take that broken tooth out and eat. I just didn't have it in me. Call it vanity. I don't know, I was just not comfortable sitting toothless in front of him. Eventually, I realized I could cut the pizza into small bites and eat it with a fork. I ate 2 slices like that, but quickly gave up. It was tiring, even though I was hungry. He then just took the pizza from me and started cutting it into small pieces like one would for a child. I was feeling so embarrassed but grateful at the same time. The fact that a neurotypical guy who's never had to deal with a neurodivergent person before meeting me was so understanding of what I was going through that he sat and cut the whole pizza up for me and made sure I finished it. I mean, it might seem small, and I really hope this parent-child dynamic doesn't become a thing and only happens occasionally when I most need it. But man, I felt very lucky in that moment. I just couldn't stop smiling. I even took a picture, smiley face, which I can't figure out how to post. I don't think many people will see this or care, but I just wanted to share this with someone. I've never been treated this well or understood this well. I don't know, I'm just so happy about this small act of kindness he showed me. Final update, November 12th, 2024. We got married last year. Hi all. You guys most definitely won't remember me, but this is my post from 4 years ago. I was just going through my Reddit posts and found this post I had made after our first 2 dates, where I basically wrote about how I just knew this was the guy. And I guess I was right, because we got married a year ago. We are approaching our 1-year anniversary this week. Anyway, life since getting married has been bliss. I couldn't have asked for a better, more annoying partner, but I feel like every dream I ever had about a happy married life with my perfect husband has come true. We are now a family, and I still can't get over that fact. He is my husband. I am a wife. WTFFFFFFFF, I still can't believe it sometimes. I feel like I manifested the relationship, the proposal, the wedding, and the move to my favorite city where I always wanted to live. Touch wood. So yeah, life is great. He is great. Marriage is great. I am very happy in life, and I just wanted to share this with the world. Thank you, the manifestation gods, because they definitely exist, and I have been lucky enough to have used their powers, and I can confirm with every fiber in my being that manifestation works.